19 simple psychological tricks that actually work. Human behavior isn't as complicated as it seems. There are patterns, hidden cues, and subtle triggers all around us. And once you know how they work, you can navigate social interactions more smoothly, without manipulation, without force. Here are 19 simple psychological tricks you can use every day. 1. The way you phrase a request matters. Instead of "could you," say "please." Clarity prompts action. 2. Eye contact is powerful. Look at the center of someone's forehead. It creates subtle tension and attention. 3. Silence speaks louder than words. Pause when someone avoids a question. They will often fill the silence themselves. 4. Want someone to like you? Ask them to explain something. Teaching triggers positive feelings, and they associate them with you. 5. A subtle nod encourages agreement. Even the smallest motion can influence decisions unconsciously. 6. Focus narrows attention. When someone is fully absorbed, objects can move unnoticed, or you can hand them something without them realizing. 7. Challenge gently. If you suggest someone might not succeed, their natural instinct is to prove you wrong. 8. Micro nods and gestures during conversation make people more attentive to you. 9. In negotiations, expressing mild disappointment often leads to better offers. 10. Physical actions affect alertness. When waking, throw your fists in the air as if celebrating a goal. It kickstarts your energy and focus. 11. Anchor memory with unusual phrases. When doing repetitive tasks, say something absurd. It helps your brain remember that the task was completed. 12. Kindness disarms conflict. Responding calmly or staying silent can end arguments more effectively than confrontation. 13. Assign tasks strategically. Saying "start with this" feels lighter than "do this," making people more cooperative. 14. Public speaking tip: bring water. Pausing to sip creates moments to collect your thoughts and calm nerves. 15. When someone stares at you in public, shift your gaze to their shoes. It creates subtle discomfort and diffuses tension. 16. Anxiety is contagious. If you always appear worried around someone, they may mirror your emotions. 17. Reframe blame. Instead of "you forgot to close the window," say "the window was left open." This invites learning rather than defensiveness. 18. Sleep is partly mental. Telling yourself "I slept well" can improve brain performance even on limited rest. 19. Memory favors beginnings and endings. Schedule important meetings at the start or end of the day to be remembered. Psychology isn't about control. It's about understanding patterns and using them wisely. Notice, adapt, and act. Your mind and others' minds are more predictable than you think. Human behavior is fascinating because it is both predictable and deeply nuanced. Our brains are constantly scanning for patterns, signals, and cues, even when we don't realize it. Every glance, every pause, every word can shape how others perceive us and how we perceive the world. Think about the simple act of asking someone to explain something to you. It's a small gesture, yet it triggers pride, validation, and connection in the other person. And this connection, subtle as it is, can shape long-term relationships, both professionally and personally. Nodding, maintaining eye contact, or even strategic pauses might seem minor, but they speak to the unspoken rules of human interaction.
They remind us that much of our communication is nonverbal, and much of our influence comes from subtle cues rather than loud declarations. Take a moment to reflect on the tricks that resonated most with you. Maybe it was the idea that silence can be more powerful than words, or the insight that anxiety can be contagious. Perhaps it was the tip to reframe blame gently, or to schedule important moments at the start or end of the day. Each trick offers not just a way to influence others, but also a mirror to understand ourselves better. Now imagine applying these principles consistently in your life. In your workplace, you can navigate negotiations with more confidence and subtlety. In your social life, you can build rapport and understanding with greater ease. Even in small daily moments, waking up, locking your door, or interacting with strangers, awareness of these patterns can create a sense of mastery and calm. It's also worth noting the ethical dimension. Psychology isn't about manipulation or control for selfish gain. It's about awareness. It's about understanding human behavior so that your actions are intentional rather than reactive. When you act with clarity and respect, these techniques foster cooperation, empathy, and positive outcomes. Let's revisit a few of the most powerful concepts. Silence and observation. Often what you don't say matters more than what you do. Anchoring memory with unusual cues. Our brains respond to novelty and pattern disruption. A strange phrase or gesture can create clarity in moments of doubt. Micro-gestures and nonverbal influence. A nod, a glance, or the timing of your words can significantly affect attention and agreement. Belief and mindset. The placebo effect isn't limited to medicine. It shapes performance, focus, and even how we experience rest. When these insights are applied with consistency and ethical consideration, you start to notice a shift. People respond differently. Situations that used to feel challenging may become manageable. Your own awareness grows. You begin to predict reactions, understand motives, and communicate more effectively. And there's a beauty in this subtlety. Unlike flashy tricks or forceful persuasion, these strategies rely on observation, patience, and understanding. They teach us that influence isn't about domination, it's about alignment with human nature. As you step back from this video, consider integrating these principles gradually. Start with 1 or 2 techniques at a time. Observe the responses, reflect on your own reactions, adjust. Over weeks and months, you may find that your interactions feel more fluid, relationships more meaningful, and challenges less overwhelming. Remember, psychology is not a magic wand, it is a lens. Through it, we can see patterns, predict behavior, and navigate the complexity of human interaction with greater skill and compassion. Finally, keep learning. Human behavior is vast, fascinating, and endlessly intricate. The more we study, the more we understand the subtle threads that connect us all. And the more we understand, the more effectively we can communicate, empathize, and thrive. So the next time you pause before asking a question, nod subtly, or observe in silence, remember, these small actions carry profound power. They are not tricks to manipulate, they are tools to understand and engage with the world more thoughtfully. Take these lessons with you, practice them consciously, reflect on them daily. And in doing so, you are not just influencing others, you are growing, learning, and mastering the art of human connection. This is not the end, but a beginning. The knowledge you've gained today is a doorway to deeper insight, into others and into yourself. To reflect on the tricks that resonated most with you. Maybe it was the idea that silence can be more powerful than words, or the insight that anxiety can be contagious. Perhaps it was the tip to reframe blame gently, or to schedule important moments at the start or end of the day. Each trick offers not just a way to influence others, but also a mirror to understand ourselves better. Now imagine applying these principles consistently in your life. In your workplace, you can navigate negotiations